Are you ready to solve the fourth lab experiment? And I am excited to explain this fourth lab experiment because this program is very important and very beautifully written program. So I request all of you to watch this video till the end, and I request all of you to solve this program on your own, because this program is completely based upon the concepts of operators, expressions, and how C compiler will execute the expressions using the precedence and associativity table. Okay, so first we will understand the problem statement, and later we will see how to execute the program. So the problem statement, in the problem statement you are provided with 4 expressions, and you are also provided with the values of the variables in the expressions. Whatever the variables that are used in the expression, for all those variables, the values, the default, the values are directly provided. Now, how to implement this program? All you need to do is you have to evaluate those expressions in the printf. So how to evaluate is, in this program we have divided this entire program into two pieces. So the first one is variable declaration, the next one is final output. So there is no logical part and there is no inputs to be taken from the user, because all the values for the variables is provided in the problem statement. In the problem statement itself, the variable values are directly provided, right? And all you need to understand, all you need to print is the values that we are going to get from the expressions, from these expressions. What these expressions are getting or evaluating. So those values are to be printed. But what is that we are going to learn from this? So variables are provided, expressions are provided, all you need to print the expressions, what these expressions are evaluating, right? And the program is directly written. Now, I request you to pause this video immediately and get a pen and paper. Now, what we will do is, you need to evaluate all the expressions on your own, and you have to just have that precedence and associativity table with you. If you are not having that, if you haven't written from our previous videos, you download that precedence and associativity table from the Google and keep that associativity table with you, along with you, and using that precedence and associativity table, you evaluate all the expressions. And you make a note of the result that you got separately on the paper, and just print these expressions as I have shown in the program. Now what you have to evaluate is, you have to check whether the expressions that you got, the answers, the results that you got, that you have noted on the paper, are matching with the final result or not. Means the way the compiler is executing the expressions, and the way you are thinking with respect to the compiler using the associativity and precedence table, are you able to think like the compiler or not, is getting justified once all your answers are mapping with the final result that we got from this printf. So that is the importance. So that is where you are going to learn, that is where you will be able to think like a compiler. So that thinking ability is going to be, you are going to get that ability from this program. So I request all of you to evaluate the expressions on your own by using the precedence and associativity table. And I am stressing it multiple times, because the importance that you are going to get, the knowledge that you are going to get from this program is going to stay till the end of this course, and it will be helpful for you to think like that in the other programming languages also. Okay, now what we will do is, first we will evaluate our first expression. Now using the precedence and associativity table. And I know the complete precedence and associativity table, and using my knowledge I am going to evaluate this expression, first expression. In this first expression, the very important, the first part that will get executed is whatever that is there in the brackets, in the parenthesis, that will get executed first. And in this entire expression, D multiplied by E, D into E is there in the expression. This part will get executed first. Now what is the value of D? Value of D is 4 and the value of E is 5. 4 into 5, we are going to get an outcome of 20. And in the remaining expression, which part will get executed? In the remaining expression, we are having two operators, plus and multiplication. Whatever the operands, so whatever the operands that are surrounded by multiplication, so among multiplication and addition, which one is having the highest precedence? In the precedence table, it is showing that it is multiplication is having the highest precedence. So all the operands, so how many operators are there? How many sub-expressions are there with multiplication operator? There are two sub-expressions with multiplication operator. Now there is a tie. Whenever there is a tie, we have to go with the associativity. Now which part will get executed? So the associativity states that it is from left to right. For multiplication, the associativity in the table states that it is from left to right. So the leftmost expression in the sub-expression in the expression will get executed first. In our case, it is B into C. So B into C will get executed. Now what is the value of B? The value of B is 2 and the value of C is 3. So we have to, which is going to evaluate the value as 6. Okay. And what is the next sub-expression that will get executed? It is F into G. F into G, the value of F is 6 and the value of G is 7. So 6 into 7 is going to be 42. And we are left with another sub-expression which is A plus. Now if you add all this, what we are going to get? Means 1 plus 20, 21, 21 plus 6, 27 plus 42, we are going to get an outcome of 69. The final result for this expression is going to be 69. It has to be 69. Now, in the final outcome, while after executing all the printfs for these expressions, whether your answer 69 is mapping with the answer that is provided by the compiler or not. If you are able to, if all the expressions are mapping with your answers, then you will be able to understand how the compiler is executing the expressions using the precedence and associativity table. So that is the very important point. So that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next class.